Hi guys, so I wanted to discuss the trades that I took today for my funding challenge. Trade number, I don't know, I lost count. Anyways, I mainly used the 15-minute time frame. And if you zoom out a bit on Dixie, this is Dixie on the right hand side, left hand side is euro. Of course, I measured this move from this low, from this high to this low, and I saw Dixie was consolidating below this low right here. So I have these equal lows. Oops, that's the wrong tool. And here we are now consolidating. So what I was expecting was kind of a sweep on liquidity and a deeper retracement back in the range, maybe 50 level, and price would go low from there. But as you can see now, that didn't happen. But anyways, that was my trade idea from this morning. So I was looking for a sweep of sell side liquidity and taking a long. So if you're going to take a look at what happened during London, what do I expect? I was expecting London to bring in the low of today, which initially happened also. And as while I was looking at London, I noticed it was taking out the Asia low, and that's the same thing what Dixie was doing. But then I noticed this divergence, right? Dixie took out this low right there, while EU did not take out that low right there. So that was interesting. So at that moment, I went down to the lower time frames. Where is it? Right here. So in here, I noticed the following. This was the moment where Dixie took out the low. Then I saw this expansion, right? Breaks multiple highs on the left side and reacted on this accumulation kind of. Then price low, and then I wanted to see if this low was getting respected, right? This low right there. So, and also of course, looking for some kind of OTE setup, like so. So I saw this fair value gap, price was respecting it, 75% level. I saw two bullish candles, and I think that's where my trade was based off of. Yeah, exactly. So I saw price, sorry, I saw price expanding, and then I just took a market entry. What I was targeting was, if you go to the 15 again, what I was targeting was, of course, you guys know me, was the rejection block at this high. That's my target. And as you can see, my target was it. So that was my target, the rejection block. Going back to the 1 minute. So then still, because I was still not too sure about my plan, and also it was almost London lunch, I took a partial when this high was broken, because we now also have relative equalize. It could also be swept and then reverse on me and price continuing lower, because still it was a counter trade. Higher time frames obviously are still very bearish on the EU. So I was very careful with this trade. So yeah, I took a partial. I moved my stops below these equal lows because I figured maybe it can take out this low, hit this order block, and then take again. But if these lows are taken, then definitely this low will also get taken out. And that's, I think, what happens here later on the day during New York, during news. So this was short scalp, targeting as highs and profit was hit, partial taken, etc. And the other trade I was doing was on EU. So to explain this trade, obviously it was kind of a tricky trade, but I was looking at the higher time frames on Dixie right here, and as you can see, I have marked out my my draw on liquidity. There's relatively equalized, price is trading towards it, but still not taken out. However, if we look at the same thing at USD yen, we see this high right here is this high right there. Look at my cursor on the right. sorry, this high right here. This high right there was not taken by USD yen. So, and since Dixie is a leading pair, there's still room for price to go higher. So let's go down to the, let's do the 1 minute. Yeah, also 1 minute, yeah. Okay. So what I noticed here on USD yen was we had a reversal right here. And I can remove this. And since Dixie has not reached the doll yet, I was still bullish on Dixie. And I saw this downwards movement create some equal lows, so very visible, nice here. Something like here, yep. We have this equal, again the wrong tool. We have this equal lows resting right here. Then I now saw this grab taking those lows, tapping into this big wick of this order block. So that's a bullish PD array. And then I entered my trade long. I think many people would short from this area back in the range, but because I put it in a swing high. But I noticed these equal lows were taken. And I saw this rejection of this candle. I saw this bearish candle, and I was just aiming for a, let us say, a premium and discount price. So I just bought a market right here, anticipating the market would reverse to at least take out those equal highs. So as you can see, I was very conservative with my trade. It was only 129 even. And my low was below this order block because I was really thinking this order block should hold. If this order block didn't hold, then price could trade lower. And this green line is the mid level from this low to that high, and that is this equilibrium. So if this doesn't hold, then price should probably go further down below and maybe react from this value gap or whatever. But yeah, since Dixie didn't reach its doll yet, therefore I could take out take a long on USD yen, because the main thing that I saw was that price was creating more and more buy side liquidity, because great liquidity here, great liquidity there, we had some equal highs there, and finally we have this high. So as you can see, I was a drawdown in most of the time, trading below my entry, taking out all those lows again and again, and then finally we had some kind of displacement higher, and my target was hit. Also in here, since I'm still in the development phase of my trading career, I took partials halfway around this high right here. I took a partial and yeah, moved my stop below this low, because I figured when price is going lower and it will attack this low, which is now kind of lots of liquidity resting there, then it will probably go lower. So therefore move my stop below this low. And yeah, as you can see, my partial was taken at this bearish candle, price just shoots up. So maybe lesson for me for the next time is to target those equal highs right there for a more optimal RR. But yeah, anyways, those were the 2 trades I took today. And yeah, keep you posted and speak to you next time.